So we've got yet another insane story revolving around Cedric Dumas being arrested for, I believe, like the 15th or 16th time since 2014, and the charges against him are really bad, really bad. The details to this case are very minimal. Like, this just happened on the 27th, I do believe, but I'm not gonna waste your time. We're gonna jump right into it. UFC fighter Cedric Dumas arrested on multiple charges, including robbery and battery, held on more than $500,000 bond. Dude, it annoys me, man. Like, seeing all these stories outside the cage when we could be talking about some of the biggest fights to ever happen in the UFC and MMA period, but it's the shit outside the cage that's taking over the headlines. UFC fighter Cedric Dumas was arrested and booked into Escambia County Jail in Florida on a multitude of charges, including robbery and battery. Dumas is currently in custody and is being held on a $558,500 bond per online court records obtained by MMA Fighting. While the full details are around his arrest haven't been revealed, Dumas was arrested based on several charges, with the most serious being robbery at a residence, which is listed as a home invasion without firearm. What? I don't know if you guys heard that sound, but that was terrifying. Anyways, that charge alone came with a $500,000 bond. 500,000, dude. Again, I don't even know how old in a mute. Um, because I have it age 29 right there. Um, Dumas was also arrested on felony battery charges and possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted felon. Two additional charges listed on Dumas's record included possession of drug equipment and possession of drugs slash controlled substance without prescription. I hope YouTube doesn't thank me for saying the D word, but whatever. He was booked into jail on Wednesday and remains in custody at this time. So you see right here, they actually posted his records. You see the photo of him, status in jail, booking number. You have that there. Booking date. This happened on the 28th of April, which would have been holy fuck, man, time flies. That was on Monday. So yeah, 2 days ago. So yeah, bond you see right there, uh, 558,000. Dude, like you don't get a bond that high typically. Like I've known people like they've had like a few $1,000. Like yeah, I didn't know the guy. I just ran into him. Like the biggest like bond that I've heard of anybody having was only like 5 grand. And yeah. And then again, I live in a small town, so that might factor in it. But let's go through the charges, I guess. Charge number one: home invasion without firearm or weapon. Degree felony. Then you have battery, touch or strike, felony, a felony degree at a minor level. I don't know what this means. I used to take like legal studies classes, but I forgot what most of this means, but possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted Florida felon, that is a felony. Uh, Drug equipped, possessed, or use, that's a, I guess that's a, oh yeah, that's the degree and then the level. Okay, minor. And then we have drug possession, controlled substance without prescription. That's a felony. So these are big charges. These can, I mean, like a robbery charge that could be a life sentence right there for like 50,000. You don't get that for like going in there. Maybe well, clearly he was intoxicated, but you don't get 50 the for not for doing a little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. Of course, this is not Dumas's first run-in with the law enforcement. While he's been under contract with the UFC, he was arrested on felony battery charges back in February 2024, but the charges were eventually dismissed. Online records show that Dumas has been arrested more than a dozen times in Escambia County. The 29-year-old fighter last fought at UFC 314, where he suffered a TKO loss to Michael Olazechek. So, like, I hate seeing this, man. I hate seeing this. Like, number one, I hope whoever's house he broke into and assaulted, I hope they're fine. Like, at some point in life, you have to mature. He's 29, okay. He's 29, so he's reaching 30. Like, I, I'm I'm a casual football fan, right? I'm a Steelers fan. Well, we've had our fair share of um players and situations. Um, but like it always annoys me when I see people this young, people this athletically talented, whether it's MMA, football, hockey, basketball. Like when you see these guys who make stupid decisions and throw away potentially millions of dollars, potentially becoming, an icon in the sport. Cedric Dumas, yeah, we are going to pull up his record. Cedric Dumas. There we go. Do, 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 do. So he's 10-3, 29 years old, born in 1995, fights at middleweight. So he lost to Olazechek. I believe that Olazechek is probably the most talented middleweight. Yeah, I'm making sure of the weight class there. Middleweight outside of the rankings. I really like Michael Olazechek. He beat Dennis Tuinin, however you say that, by unanimous decision. Got knocked out by Rose of Life. But he beat Albo Azatar, beat Cody Brundage, got submitted by Josh Flam. Then when he came in off of a first round guillotine against Matej Penaz. And before getting into the UFC, he looked like a monster as an amateur. He ran orders at 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 9-1 as an amateur. Um, man, it's brutal. I hate this story. I hate the fact that every big story in MMA right now, BJ Penn losing his mind, Nick Diaz losing his mind, Conor McGregor getting charged with random shit. Like, there's no big fights announced. We still have no clue what's gonna happen at International Fight Week. Like, dude, it's like Sedriques Dumas probably would have never became a champion. I just, especially in middleweight, at his age, you know, again, how many times have I said in my last few videos? Middleweight, DDP, Hamza, Overall, everybody up there. Middleweight went from being probably the easiest division, and I mean that respectfully, over like easiest lane. Like when you look at the contenders that were there, Izzy and Robert Whitaker basically ran through everybody. Now we have DDP, Hamza Chimaev, Imavov, yeah, Imavov. We have, it's a murderer's row now after being a very stale division. Maybe Cedric Dumas, maybe he doesn't go on to be a top contender. He could still be, you know, turn into a veteran that puts on nothing but bangers fights. You know, I've enjoyed most of Dumas' fight. I mean, I don't get it, man. I really don't. You have to factor in that he was on whatever substance he was on. Now, maybe we get that information down the road, but I mean, still with that, it's what are you doing breaking into other people's houses when you have all of this ahead of you? Why can't you solve whatever it is? Like, John Jones, right? John Jones, the greatest of all time. We know what he's been through. Well, lately, John Jones hasn't, been caught doing anything in like year and a half, maybe. Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't. It's again, life is life. Everybody makes stupid decisions, but why are you out there breaking into other people's houses? Why can't you acknowledge that? Hey, maybe I should stop fucking around and focus on this opportunity that I have. But we'll see, man. We'll see how these charges go. Whether he faces jail time or whether it's a settlement. We'll see, and also as well, whenever we hear anything about Cedric Dumas being cut, which before I end this video, I will look that up. Cedric Dumas. I don't really see. Um. Oh, Bose typed in release. Release. Okay, so nothing yet. Making sure we have no update on whether or not the UFC has got him, but I don't know, man. I just had to bring this story to you guys. I'll leave it linked down below so you guys can look through it. But yeah, man, I hate this, man. I really do. We need Elite Warrior versus Islam Rocket announced. We need DDP versus Hamzat announced. Jones versus Astronaut. Well, we basically know when that fight will happen if it does. Man, we gotta get these fights going. Where's Charles Oliveira? Where's our Monster Rukin? We're nearly halfway done the year, man, and we've had a couple, big fights, but really not a good year as far as, outperforming 2024 and 2023. Well, let me know, what do you think about this case of Cedric Dumas? I will follow this, keep you guys updated. Um, I'm really just waiting on more updates on Nick Diaz and BJ Penn. I've really been digging for those. Um, I grew up watching those guys. some of my favorite fighters, but hopefully the shit that I'm talking about tomorrow has to do with something inside the cage or growing the sport. No more arrests, no more fucking, civil lawsuits, no more weird hotel parties, with shady women who are recorded clearly went into the partner. I'm rambling on, but let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, comment,